Hello everyone, my name is Braden Dees. I am filling in for Jason Meyers, who will be here shortly. And we are so excited because NOVALIS Entertainment is bringing back the world's greatest quiz show for a special summer series. And this time we've decided to go all the way back to our roots here in our classic The People Play studio live from Virtual Paradise. So without further ado, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Hello everyone and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I am Braden Dees. We're so excited to be here on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We were a little caught off guard. We wouldn't normally be doing this game tonight. We would normally be doing it on Monday nights when our staff is free and not having to be coming off of work, out of a concert, so on and so forth. So we do appreciate that everyone has bared with us during this time, so I won't delay any further. We're going to get the show started. Please welcome, from Louisiana, it's James Doe. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
If you need to change your camera angle, just so you know, you can hit the end or home keys. So, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear. So, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself. Just whatever you're comfortable with.
When I don't bother Jason Meyers on an everyday basis, I am actually from New Orleans. I am an assistant manager at a retail store, and when I don't do that, I am a sports referee.
Awesome. So yeah, you live right down the road from our host. So maybe it's a good thing I'm here, because there might have been some conspiracy behind state. No, I'm just kidding.
Now wait a minute. I don't know what he says, and I don't know what.
So I hear you also have a signature catchphrase. Well, actually, probably a couple of signature catchphrases. So hopefully, here, let me see if I can do this right. Hopefully tonight you're gonna win a big...
Pink!
There we go!
Yay.
Yay! Alright, are you ready to get started?
Maybe.
Alright, James, you are currently 15 multiple choice questions of increasing difficulty away from winning $1 million. Now, at any point in time, if you give me a wrong answer, you are going to leave with nothing unless you make it past one of two safe levels. Your first one is at $1,000, and your second safe level is at $25,000. Now, if you get stuck on a question, you can always use one of your 3 lifelines. It's going to be just a little bit different this time around. You have 50-50, which will take away 2 wrong answers. Your Ask the Audience will allow you to poll everyone both live on Discord and in the studio to see what they think the answer is. And new to the show this season is Ask the Host, which is me, but it's actually supposed to be Jason. So don't ask me. I was not prepared for this. I was not ready for this.
You were.
I don't know anything.
Bullshit.
So that means we have retired the phone a friend. We just felt that, just for ease of programming, because the audience members are also the phone a friends in the virtual show, we just figured we would go ahead, and we also wanted to give Jason a chance to show off his Smarticle Particles a little bit. Not me, I was not prepared for this. Alright, and of course, if you get past question 10, which is the $25,000 question, once you start the $50,000 question, you will earn a 4th lifeline called Switch the Question, and we will talk about that once we get there. Are you ready?
I will do my best.
Audience, are y'all ready? Then let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Alright, James, we are going to start with the Sorry, not the $25,000 question, my god. Okay, the 100... See, I was not ready. I wasn't ready. All right, here we go. $100 question. Here's what it looks like. What variety of leaf appears on the Canadian flag? Maple, oak, elm, marijuana.
As much as I thought it'd be marijuana, if I don't get this right, Mark Leo's gonna kick my ass. Maple, final answer.
Yes, he would, and I can hear his voice in my head now. You have $100.
Yay.
All right, for 200. Shrek marries what princess in his eponymous series of films? Peach, Jasmine, Fiona, Diana Lingus.
C, final answer.
It is Princess Fiona. Right. 300. Here we go. What saint allegedly landed in Ireland in AD 432? Patrick, Braden, Mark, Guinness.
David.
Someone had fun with this question.
I know, right? As much as I think it would have been Saint Brandon, no, it's actually Saint Patrick. Final answer.
Fun fact, I am of Irish descent, but it was not me. It was Patrick. No, this is Patrick. Something went wrong there. We're just gonna ignore that. Alright, here we go.
I'm gonna quickly interject and say this is why I'm better than all of y'all, so kiss my grits.
Damn.
I'm about to say, damn girl, you're ancient.
It's been 18 full years!
Alright, for 500. Which fruit do winemakers traditionally use to craft wine? Grape, apple, pear, dingleberry.
As much, I think their feet will hurt if apple and pear would have been used, so it's actually grape final.
And grape is right. Alright, that gets you $500. Your next question is for $1,000. If you get this right, you cannot leave the game with any less than that, so let's take a look. Which animal serves as the mascot for the University of Georgia? You like sports, Gator.
Sports!
Cue the sound clip. Sports! Sports, sports, sports! Sorry, alright, Gator, Eagle, Bulldog, Pussycat.
What's new, Pussycat? Well, no, I'm just kidding. Actually, it's a bulldog, so C, final answer.
It is the Bulldog, and you have $1,000.
Yay.
James is up to $1,000. Still waiting on Jason.
I was gonna say, Jason is hosting Airplay?
We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back with more Who Wants to Be a Millionaire right after this. Hello everyone and welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We are here with James Doe from Louisiana. He just before the break had made it up to $1,000, so no matter what, you got some money. So do you have any other fun facts that you would like to share with us before we go back?
Wait, I got $1,000? That's be more than I won in Duel.
Oh. It's okay, it's also more than I won in Duel. I can see backstage Pat in the booth. He's over there, like, putting his hand up to his mouth because I know he keeps cracking up.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I promise our games of Millionaire are not this lack, but you know,
James,
when you have technical difficulties, a host who's missing, you know, these you have to kind of account for these things.
and
What was that, Pat?
James also forgets he actually was gifted $2 and a Klondike bar as a consolation prize.
That's true.
To that, we ask the age-old question: what would you do for a Klondike bar?
What I do for Klondike bar? Lose twice in duel on the double elimination?
My answer to that is usually you don't want to know. I do love me some Klondike bars. Anyway, we're just going to quickly move away from that. James, like I said before, you have $1,000. You're now just 10 questions away from the million. You still have all of your lifelines in play. Are you ready to keep going?
Yes.
All right, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. For $2,000. What method of transportation features a bilge? Train, boat, airplane, bicycle.
Ooh. Okay, this is where I actually do not know this, so I am going to use my Ask the Audience lifeline.
All right, audience. Audience, James needs your help. Simply entering A, B, C, or D in the stage chat channel. Nothing else, just A, B, C, D. No question marks, no I know this, just a letter. That's all we want. I don't even care if it's uppercase or lowercase, just a letter. Vote now. Or an emoji. Alright, voting is over, and 100% of the audience believes that the answer is boat.
I should have known. I should have known it's not fair transportation. Boat final answer.
And it's the right answer, you have 2,000. Alright, let's take a look now at the question for $4,000. Looks something like this. Which of these artists painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel? Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello.
Teenage Mutant. Michelangelo.
These conveniently also share their names with certain mutated testudines. It is Michelangelo. You have $4,000. All right. This is for 8,000. Here we go. Which bone in the human body, known as the thigh bone, ranks as the longest? Humerus, tibia, fibula, femur.
Shoot. This is where I keep forgetting. You know what? 50-50.
Okay, computer, if you would, please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving 1 wrong answer and the correct answer.
Well, that took away the 2 dots I had. Good job.
Good job.
Hey, Braden.
Yeah.
Do you remember that you say you don't know anything?
I don't know anything.
Well, too bad. You're gonna have to Yes, I use as the host.
You're gonna use Ask the Host?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's so funny that you say that. Because there's a certain person that has just made it into the studio. And I would like to invite him onto the stage to be your Ask the Host. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jason Meyers.
Hi, Jason.
Hi.
What a coincidence.
Couldn't have timed that one any better.
I don't
You
know.
really couldn't have? I was like, yep, we're doing this.
Good job, everybody.
That's one
Pretty
for real already. Cool. Yeah.
Pretty good, lucky.
Oh,
Jason, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. Even though I haven't made it onto the actual stage yet, James, here's what I'm thinking. So, honestly, before you narrowed it down, I already had the answer in my head. Because you hear it all the time that the thigh bone is always the largest bone in the body. And the actual name for the thigh bone is a femur. The humerus is actually in your arm. Tibia and fibula are both in the lower part of your leg.
My leg.
Yeah, my leg! So, I say it's femur. And that is my final answer.
I guess I'll have to trust in Jason. Deep final answer.
Going with femur. Alright. Final answer.
Yes, final answer.
I do not have to ask the computer, even though I don't see it in front of me. Because, fun fact, in 2022, my dad was thrown off of an ATV and shattered this leg in his thigh bone in multiple places. And it wasn't very humorous, because it was his femur. James has $8,000. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, more to be a millionaire. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody, to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm the actual host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jason Meyers. If
Oh my
you
god,
think
Jason, you changed.
I know. Everybody's out there playing with their vertical hold on their TV like, wait, what happened to Braden?
I'm about to say I grew a lot of hair.
But in the meantime, I say everybody give a round of applause to Braden Dees for filling in for the time being while I was out.
Thank you.
Aye.
But back to the business at hand, James. You are 7 questions away from $1 million. You've exhausted all of your lifelines at this point. How are you feeling in this moment?
I just feel like I need the specials, but that's not until later on.
It's always about the specials with you. Well, how about we focus on the game and we'll talk about the specials after that.
He's been waiting 47 minutes to make that joke.
I've been making a lot of jokes, man.
Well, James, I think the time for joking is over. This is serious business now, because as I said, you're out of lifelines. You are in the deep end of the pool. You're going for $16,000. Ready to resume?
Yes.
Audience, are y'all ready to resume? Then let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? James, good luck to you. This is for $16,000. Which of the following authors penned the novel Pride and Prejudice? Charlotte Bronte, Jane Austen, Emily Bronte, Mary Shelley. Judging by your reaction, I'm guessing you're not that much of a book nerd.
I read books often, but not like Pride and Prejudice. Isn't Pride and Prejudice like that? No, that's War and Peace. Sorry.
Yeah, different book title with "and" in the middle.
I know, right? But I know, and I know it's one of those classic books. It's just like it's something that really, I really never got a chance to read, or like I heard of it, but just never like.
Well, we'll say this: if you go for this and you get it right, it's worth $16,000. If you go for it and you miss, you lose $7,000 all the way back down to $1,000.
Do I have the option to walk away if I wanted to?
Yeah, you do have the option to walk away. If you want to walk away, take the $8,000 and forget about this question, that is perfectly fine. What's your gut telling you right now?
My gut, I'm like it's been like, you know how pressure luck is, like it bounces, but not it never bounced on D, because I think D is that one I have eliminated. But I think actually my main one is A and B.
And about percentage-wise, where are you between A and B?
Yes.
Good answer.
I think like my gut is like leaning towards Jane Austen a little bit more, but it's just like, again, it's like, because I've heard of Jane Austen. Like, do I want to take the risk?
Again, it's entirely your call to make. You can take the risk, but just know that with the risk, if you're right, GG's, you get the monies. If you're wrong, you lose money. All depends on how risky you're feeling.
You know what? I'll be honest, I'm not that confident. So I am going to take the decision and to walk away with the money.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, he's got $8,000 to his credit. Not bad for a hard night's work.
Mm-hmm.
But just out of curiosity, if your gut was actually leaning one way or the other, where would you have gone?
B. Jane Austen.
You would have said Jane Austen.
Mm-hmm.
And you would have been right. You could have had $16,000, but you weren't feeling it. You weren't feeling it. You got $8,000. That's still nothing to sneeze at.
At you.
Well, there's tissues waiting for you backstage. In the meantime, we hope you enjoyed your time on Millionaire.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
And I hope Braden didn't treat you too rough.
No, he didn't.
All right. Give it up for James, though, everybody.
Go back over to the stairs.
Oh, hush you. Well, of course, the sound of the big angry horn means that we have to call it a night here for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We weren't able to give away $1 million this episode, but we're going to try again next episode. And we hope you tune in to see if we could do it. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. If you're interested in becoming a contestant, join the GSC Discord. It's pretty simple to get in. 16 or older to be here. And maybe you could be sitting in this hot seat and maybe you could be a millionaire. Until then, this is Jason Meyers from Millionaire. Good night, everybody.